Alright, so what's up y'all? So in today's video, I'm going to be giving my opinion on the new Kanye album, Donda. I don't want to do too much self-promotion because this video might be long anyway, so I'm just going to get right into it. And I really like this album. I'm not going to go in depth into each track because I tried doing that, but I don't like how it turned out, so I'm just going to give my opinion on different, parts of the album, and then I'm going to put it all together at the end. So I think this album really reflects who Kanye is as a person right now. It's got some classic Kanye bars, it censors all the cursing, but it also has amazing production, and he brings out the best of all of his features. I like how there's a central theme in this album of religion because a lot of albums now don't really have a theme. This religious theme starts off in the intro of the album where Kanye's mother's name, Donda, is just repeated over and over again. So this album is super versatile and full of different sounds from Kanye. Songs like Jail and God Breathe sound like something directly off of Yeezus. They've got similar themes and really similar sounds. The kind of bursts that we hear on God Breathe sound like something we would hear directly out of Yeezus. Jay-Z's verse on Jail added a lot more to the song as well and had some great bars. So other songs like Off the Grid with Cardi and 5 Foreign, Junior with Cardi, Praise God with Travis Scott and Baby Keem, and Television with Pop Smoke were all trap and drill songs, and I really liked all of them. Along with this, there are songs with orchestra, gospel style beats like No Child Left Behind or 24, which are two of the best songs in the whole album. He had some other storytelling songs like Jesus Lord, Lord I Need You, and Pure Souls, and even in some songs like Keep My Spirit Alive, he had some elements of old school rap. These songs all seem to fit together on this album because they have a lot of religious elements in them, which is the main theme of this project, like I said earlier. Only 1 to 2 songs don't have any mention of God at all. Of course, songs like God Breathe, Praise God, Jesus Lord, and No Child Left Behind, and even Off the Grid had a lot of mention of God. Of course, I didn't name all the songs that have a lot of mention because it's a lot of the tracks in the album. So being loyal and being backstabbed is also talked about a lot throughout the project. You may wonder why this matters, and to me, having a theme can pull an album together and make it feel more than just a bunch of songs thrown on a project. And the fact that he had a theme with so many different sounds made this album just even better for me. Kanye also pulled together so many different people for this album, and I honestly never thought I'd see such a stacked feature list. I mean, he had mainstream artists from Travis Scott to The Weeknd to Playboi Carti to 5 Foreign on this album, and even more. He also had some smaller and underground artists on this album like Westside Gunn to Vori to Casey. And along with this, he even had a few old school legends like Jay-Z, Jadakiss, and Jay Electronica. And almost all the features delivered. The only ones I really didn't like that much were two of Vori's features, which weren't bad, just weren't as good as the rest. Young Thug's verse on Remote Control and Shensea's feature on Pure Souls. Besides this, I thought everyone on this album did their thing. Even though I liked almost all the songs in this project, there were definitely some standouts. I posted a TikTok earlier with all my ratings for the songs, and if you saw that, you know that I said there wasn't a single miss on the album, and really only one mid-song. But there were 2 songs that I rated out of 10 out of 10. One that I had a high 9, 3 with mid-9s, and 4 with low 9s. The 2 top tracks came back to back, and those were Off the Grid and Hurricane. Both these had trios that went crazy on both songs. Off the Grid is one of my favorite songs from the listening party, so I'm not surprised that I like it this much. And the song has a super hype vibe, and honestly has 3 great parts from Kanye, Cardi, and 5 Foreign. I like Kanye and Cardi's parts a lot, but here 5 had the best part for me and it's not really close. His verse was long, but it didn't feel dragged out at all. Cardi did his thing where he has a cool, unique voice but talks about a bunch of random shit, and Kanye does a more rap style over a drill beat, which sounds amazing in the second half. There are some flaws, but they're made up for with other parts of the song. I like how they did a beat switch when the second chorus kicked in, and kept it normal when Cardi rapped. It's still a similar beat throughout the whole thing, just some different 808s. So, the second track that I have is a 10 out of 10, Hurricane, has been a popular snippet and leak for a while, and I'm happy it finally dropped. I didn't like The Weeknd's chorus at first, but it grew on me a lot over time. And honestly, it sounds kinda angelic, and it fits the track perfectly. Lil Baby did his thing too, and it's easily one of his best verses, and probably one of his best features too. And of course, Kanye did really well on the track. So other songs I really liked were Praise God, Junior, Moon, which will probably end up being my favorite because it's been growing on me a lot, and No Child Left Behind. As much as I liked this album, there were definitely some flaws. It felt pretty dragged out. I don't think we needed 27 tracks on the album, and apparently they're adding 3 more, which I don't think is needed. And my theory is that he'll drop a deluxe around the same time as Drake, which I think could be the 3 tracks to kind of screw with Drake's sales for his album. I also think the second versions of the songs were not needed either. I think Jesus is Lord 2 and Junior were good, and I think they should stay on the album, but the other ones just kind of felt like filler. Jail Part 2 was okay, but replacing Jay-Z with the baby is not going to go over too well. And OK OK 2 was by far the worst in my opinion. OK OK is one of my least favorite tracks on the album, and replacing Lil Yachty's verse with Shenseea, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I don't think that was a good decision in my opinion. The original OK OK was decent, but Yachty's voice was just kind of weird, and Ruga's verse was just alright. The worst song in the album, though, in my opinion, had to be Remote Control. I don't know why, but at the start of the song, it just kind of annoys me. After that, it's alright, but then Young Thug comes in and his vocals just sound super robotic. This is probably my second least favorite feature on the album. This is the only song on the album that I wouldn't really call good, but I mean, it's still not that bad. So the Gub Galub Galub part is definitely the highlight of that song. Also, most of the song placement on the album is good, except for Tell the Vision, which just kind of feels like it was thrown in the middle of the album. So overall, I thought this album was amazing. I enjoyed this album more, and I think it's better than Jesus is King, Yay, Yeezus, 808s and Heartbreaks, and Watch the Throne. Overall, this project had a good religious theme and a lot of great songs, and I wouldn't really say there's a bad song on the album. I think this is the best Kanye has been since 2016 when he dropped The Life of Pablo, and this is his second album with a more religious theme. The first was Jesus is King, and this album is much better. It has some more of the same elements, but they're just better on this project. I'm going to give this album about a 9 to a 9.25 out of 10. Alright, that's all I got for today's video. Let me know what you think about the album in the comments, and I'd appreciate it if you liked this video. That's all I got for today, and peace out.